What's up, everybody? Cody Hart here. Come on now, feel it, feel it.
Hey guys.
We're with it's a big video. This is our top 10 movies of 2016 list, coming at you guys hot and heavy.
Finally got to see the ones that were just holding over into January wide release. So
yeah, so we finally got to see those, and it's a good thing we waited because it's a good thing we waited.
We saw a great movie today.
Yeah, so we're gonna do 10 through 6, 10 through 6. 5 through 2, 5 through 2.
Like the Schmoes, if you guys ever seen that.
Yeah, and then 1 and 1.
And then we'll have commentary when we do our 10 through 6, if anything, if what we like, what we were shocked about.
Yeah,
then,
so he'll say his list, I won't say anything, and then I'll say my list, and he won't say anything, and then after we're done with 10 through 6,
we'll comment.
We'll talk, and then anyway, from there on, we'll go. So he's going to hit you first.
All right, guys. So for my number 10, I'm shocked these guys haven't done a movie in a while, but haven't done a movie ever. This is the first time they ever worked together, and that's Clint Eastwood and Tom Hanks with Sully. That's at my number 10. I picked it up for Christmas. I loved it in the theaters. I love it again. This movie could be nominated for awards if it wasn't such a crowded year, but it's just a tough year in general. I mean, this is one of the best years for movie in general. For awards stuff, you can say what you want for blockbusters. My number 9, a very underrated movie, The Accountant. We just watched this recently. You guys saw our video when I picked it up. I thought this movie was phenomenal. I thought it was well acted. I thought Ben Affleck did a really good job with the character arc and portraying the different personalities and the stuff that he has with his character and that syndrome that he has. And it's action packed. I loved it. Number 8, Don't Breathe. I thought this was one of the most gripping, intense thrillers I've ever seen. It was shocking. The third act was shocking, and Stephen Lang was phenomenal. The little girl, I don't know who played the girl, but she was great. I thought it was gripping. I loved everything about it. My number 7, Deepwater Horizon. Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg, we were just talking about this earlier today. They should probably just keep doing movies together and tell the lead. It's like a Martin Scorsese, Leo kind of thing, or Robert De Niro. They should just keep doing movies. This movie was phenomenal. I just got this. If you guys seen the other video on Steelbook, love it, recommend it, buy it. You guys should like it. It does a really good job paying the tribute to those guys that were on the rig. And at my number 6, Manchester by the Sea, phenomenally acted, great movie. Pretty much portrayed like what real life would feel like. This is a very emotional, draining movie. Lucas Hedges, the new guy that plays the son, he was phenomenal. But Casey Affleck, I mean, this guy's got to probably win the Oscar this year. He's nominated for everything, and he's rightfully deserved it. This is the best performance I've ever seen him. It was so human, so touching, gripping, really good movie.
So that is his 10 through 6. Some good ones on there. We'll talk about it once I get through my 10 through 6, but some good ones. At number 10 for me, he said it at 9, is The Accountant. We just watched this again, and it was around my 8, but after watching it again, I really liked it. I just moved it down a little bit.
Same thing with me.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a great movie. I mean, obviously it's in my top 10. It's just, it has a couple of things where I'm just
If you're into thrillers, go watch it.
Yeah. Anyways, number 9, Hell or High Water. It's a great, it's a great drama. Not period piece, but like modern day western. It's all right.
It's like a crime modern day western.
Yeah, I got it. It's a good movie. It's number 9. It's in the top 10. It's just every time I watch it, it really lulls after they rob the 3 banks to the last bank. That's where I kind of moved it down. But it's a great movie. Number 8 is Nocturnal Animals. If you guys haven't seen this, it wasn't really wide release. It was really limited. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Jake Gyllenhaal gives a great performance. Michael Shannon, Aaron Taylor Johnson, whatever the fuck her name is.
Amy Adams.
Yeah, she's great. I used to hate her. Now I'm like in love with her, so that's cool.
She's had great movies this year.
Yes. So at number 7, this one's been slowly moving down my list. It was at number 2. It was at 5. It was at 6. Now it's at 7. And that's Star Wars Rogue One. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, but every time I think about this movie, I don't know, I just like it less and less. It's a great movie. It's number 7, obviously, like all these movies, but if it wasn't for the third act, and not only just the third act, but if that Darth Vader scene wasn't at the end, it'd probably be number 10. The Darth Vader scene puts it at 7, and the third act puts it in the top 10, really.
Incredible scene.
But the movie, the first literally the first 2 acts, I was like, I hate this movie. I didn't want to be there. And then the third act made me forget about it. So I had to remember that I didn't really love the first 2 acts before I could really place it correctly. And at number 6, if you guys haven't seen this, and I stand by this, Oh, maybe this is a little bold. I'm not gonna say it, but it's Train to Busan. Train to Busan is a China Japanese, one of those fucking denominations, um, zombie flick. Train to Busan, and it's incredible. It's about this dad and this girl who trying to go meet the girl's mom in Busan. So they take this train, and then all hell breaks loose, zombies and everything. It is as good, if not better, than 28 Days and Weeks. And it's definitely in the top 5 zombie films in the past 30 years. I'll say that. So it's an incredible film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you don't mind subtitles, but it's a great movie. So, shockers on your list. I will say we had The Accountant, close. Solely I wanted to put on. That's an honorable mention for me. And, what the hell? Oh. And Deep Water, I'm surprised you. I like the Yet on the list. I thought it'd be a little higher. A little shocked. But
It's a great movie. It's just there happens to be better movies in my opinion. It's still great. I recommend everyone see it. Buy it. It's worth it. It's a phenomenal movie. I have nothing against it. It's just I like these movies better. Shockers. I've never heard of that train movie. I gotta check it out. Nocturnal Animals is really high. I did not see that coming. I knew you loved it, and Hell was.
At 9.
Low now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm blown away.
It's a great movie. It's
yeah,
in my top
I get
10.
it. I understand. I understand where you come from, and it makes sense, and it does. I get it.
Does.
It doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't bother me.
No. But you have a valid point on it. Still a great movie. Go watch it. Buy it. Watch it.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
It is.
100%.
It deserves the
film.
nominations it's getting for certain things.
Yeah. So 5 through 2.
I'm gonna do my 5 through 2 now, guys. And at number 5. Hacksaw Ridge. Great. Mel Gibson's back. You could say whatever you want with him. Yes, he said some things. I think he's changed. This movie I would throw up there with, it's probably the second best World War II movie since Saving Private Ryan. It's phenomenal. When he gets to the ridge, that is insane. This guy knows how to film action. Phenomenal. Andrew Garfield deserves nominations. He's phenomenal in it. I'd like to give some shout outs to people that I didn't expect to be really good in the movie. Vince Vaughn surprised me. He was hilarious and did some kick-ass stuff. Sam Worthington, I'm not a big fan of him. He's done up and down stuff for me. I hate Avatar, and everyone loves him in that. That good, and I was as well really shocked. So give shout outs to them. And the girl was really good too that plays his wife later or girlfriend. Phenomenal movie. Recommend it. Pick it up when it comes out February. At my number 4, Patriots Day. We just saw this. This movie is phenomenal. Recommend you guys go to see it in theaters this weekend, today, anytime.
If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg know how to do stuff together. They should just keep doing it. Phenomenal movie. The whole cast: Kevin Bacon, John Goodman, J.K. Simmons. I like how they showed a different side of the bombers. That was interesting. I thought that was pretty tasteful and respectful to give an insight of where they're at. I thought it did a really good tribute by showing real life footage in it and paying homage to the city of Boston and the true resilience that these guys did. And so, yeah, that movie you need to watch. Go watch it. At my number 3, Arrival. This is some sci-fi movie by Denis Villeneuve. I hope I'm saying that name right. Amy Adams deserves the nomination, deserves the win, in my opinion, for Best Actress for all the stuff that she's getting. I haven't seen anyone else right now that is up there with Best Actress for her. Jeremy was great. Forrest Whitaker, the directing was phenomenal. It's a really thinking man's science movie. I really enjoyed it. I have no gripes at it at all. I thought everything was great about it. And my number 2, Star Wars Rogue One. I loved everything about this movie. Certain characters I understand. I didn't gripe me. I loved Felicity Jones. That Darth Vader scene was epic, like he just said. The opening when they're trying to escape and the planet was getting blown up was great. Riz Ahmed was awesome. His action scene to plug in stuff was epic and crazy. If you're Star Wars or anyone that likes Star Wars, I recommend go see it. I put it up there with the original trilogy. Yeah, I did. I just said that. So that is my 5 through 2.
Show a lot of love for Rogue One that I don't give it, but that's okay. That's okay. Number 5, Arrival. He said it. It's a great thinking man's sci-fi film. I wouldn't put Amy Adams even in the nominations personally. The only reason is because when I check for Oscars, if I don't at one point in the movie think, wow, this needs to be winning, or she never once in the movie did I think she needs to be a nomination. I thought she gave a great performance, but it never like caught me as a drop dead like Viola Davis Fences performance. At 4, Deepwater Horizon. I think you're at 7, right?
Yep.
Yeah, love this film. Mark Wahlberg's my boy, Mike. Peter Berg, they did an excellent job. The beginning, like the first 35, 40 minutes before all hell breaks loose, the fact that they made it so real, like everyone having
With the lingo,
the normal
the
banter,
accents,
people fucking around. It was just great to watch. At number 3, Hacksaw Ridge. Mel Gibson knocked it out of the park. This is his first film back directing since Apocalypto, which I think is his masterpiece. But Hacksaw Ridge is probably up there, probably top 3 of Mel Gibson's directing performances, with The Patriot, obviously. But it's an excellent film. War films are my favorite, and Andrew Garfield gives a hell of a performance. Like he said, Vince Vaughn was great. Sam Worthington was the biggest shock to me.
Hugo Weaving as his dad was,
yes,
I like to give a
he
shout
was
out.
great
He had
too.
a courtroom scene that was epic, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
The stuff about him being raised was great.
My favorite part about the movie is just how brutal it is. Once the war starts,
once they get to the ridge.
It took
that
me
battle.
back at how amazing it was. Number 2. This was my number 1 all the way this entire year until today. And when I saw it, it was my number 1. And I kept thinking of movies that would knock it off, but none of them did. And that's Don't Breathe at my number 2. The reason this number 2 is because number 1 is just a little bit better. But it's by far, I don't call it a horror film, it's a thriller. But it's easily the best thriller I've seen all year. Well, maybe not. Number 1 is. But anyways, it's an incredible film. Stephen Lang should be nominated for Best Supporting Actor in the Oscars. He's getting a call.
Be right back.
Yeah. He should be nominated for Best Supporting Actor in the Oscars. Jane Levy was phenomenal as the chick, and Dylan or Doug or whatever the hell his name is. What the hell? McDermott. Yeah, he was Dylan McDermott or Doug. I don't know what the hell his name is. He was great too. So that's my number 2. Don't Breathe, an incredible film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's perfect. Fede Alvarez killed it. I can't wait to see the sequel. Hopefully he does it. And so number 1. Go ahead.
My number 1, Hell or High Water. I love this movie. I heard about it in the summer. We saw a trailer of one of our movies before we moved here.
That's right.
And we're like, oh, this could be great. This could be good. It looks really good. And I was blown away. I loved everything about this. Peter Berg produced it as well. He's hot, man. He's putting his money where all the good stuff is. It's beautifully directed. It's written by the guy who wrote Sicario, Taylor Sheridan. Recommend you guys checking that out. And then he's got Wind River coming up if it ever gets financed now since Harvey Weinstein dropped it. But he directed that and is coming out with Jeremy. But this movie's phenomenal. You'll look at Chris Pine. He's got Chris Pine, Ben Foster, Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges deserves the nomination for supporting actor, even though I would put Ben Foster in front of him because I thought he was the best actor in it.
Great.
Chris Pine was phenomenal in it. You'll look at him differently. You could say, oh man, all he does is Star Trek. Now, watch this
Not
movie.
anymore.
You will look at him differently. I was gripped. I loved everything about it. I loved every second of it. Its atmosphere is a modern Western with a crime thriller, bank robbing spree mixed in. I loved everything about it. Gil Birmingham, the partner to Jeff Bridges, hilarious.
Yeah, it was
Their
good.
repertoire was great. So that's my number 1.
Number 1, Hell or High Water for Blake. My number 1, you guys heard today that we saw it, and that's Patriots Day. This is the only movie that I said could knock off Don't Breathe, and it fucking did. Halfway through, I already knew that it knocked it off. Like he said, the fact that they showed the bomber side of it, and you still hated them every moment that you saw them, but
It humanized them.
it humanized, yeah, and it was so good. There's like this 10-minute stretch of this Asian guy, and he's in their car.
That's insane.
I haven't had the whole movie, my chest was beating because it was so intense. But that entire 10 minutes, not even Don't Breathe got me that much. It was an incredible, intense scene.
That and the shootout scene, that got me.
Shootout scene was
Yes,
incredible.
that
At
was
the
insane.
end,
Yeah.
all the performances, Mark Wahlberg kills it. There's one scene when he's sitting on the couch with his wife,
Oh,
Michelle
God.
Monaghan, and he like I had shivers.
You
It was
guys
so
don't.
incredible.
You guys don't like him. You can't say he can't act in that scene because that was phenomenal.
I don't know how you cannot like Mark Wahlberg. He's the best. He can act. He shows it every time. I mean, the fighter, he goes toe to toe with Christian Bale. I mean, he can kill it. He kills it. So Patriots Day is my number 1 because it's just the best film that I've seen all year. So his number one's Hell, mine's Patriots Day.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it.
Please
And,
let us know what yours are. Make a list, put it down in the comment section. We'll comment back with what we think, and I appreciate you guys watching the video.
Like, subscribe. Peace out. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Take it sleazy.